Hi YouTube! So today I wanted to document how I use multiple planners together, just like the title says. Because how I use all my planners together changes quite a lot, and I wanted to document how I use them together currently, so later on in the future when my system changes, I can look back and compare which I can take away or which I should keep. So going right into it, I have total of 6 physical planners and my whole Notion setup, and there are 2 other planners that I cannot show you guys because of privacy reasons that I will be using for 2024 that I've already started using for 2024. The Hobonichi Weekly Supplement, the Common Planner Passport, and the Hobonichi Weeks is all under the same EDC system, so I will be just counting them as one. I've been using multiple planners as soon as I started working because I realized I cannot combine my personal life and work life and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So right away I got a second planner for my work. So I started out with 2 planner system originally, work and personal, and these 2 stayed completely separate from each other. They would rarely cross, only times when I needed to prepare something for the work the next day, or I didn't get everything I need to get done because of a me problem, things like that. And then I realized that after work especially, I wanted to run some errands, get groceries, get my personal things done. But the problem was that because I'm using bullet journal, they are heavy to carry around. So I added my EDC planner system so I can quickly note down while I'm on the go or have my grocery list handy, so I don't need to bring my huge journal with me everywhere. And one by one, I've been expanding my planner system. Honestly, I am scared that I might be expanding even more. So I wanted to talk about how I managed to use all of them together and not get so overwhelmed with just the planning stuff, because they're all here to help us get the actions done, not to just sit around and plan and plan and plan. So I will remove the work planner from my stack because I don't really mix my work planner with any of these. Then I am left with 5 planners plus 2 other and my Notion system. My main hub is this bullet journal. If I have to use one planner, this is what I would default back to, and this is where I would look back at my past journals. But that does not mean I write duplicate information, or I do, just not everything. What I mean by that, looking at my EDC, this is where I would write things like I said before, grocery lists, shopping lists, and also while I'm outside, if a thought or a to-do comes up, I would quickly jot that down on my EDC. And then when I come back home, I would just copy over the info to the corresponding planner. If it was work related, I would write in my work planner. If it's not work related, maybe it's house related, I would write it here. If it really doesn't belong anywhere, I would write it in my bullet journal. But I wouldn't necessarily copy over grocery lists, shopping lists. That's not really that important to me, and I don't want to crowd my planner estate too much anyways. And that's why I don't care if I have things written on one day on this planner and the next on this. So that's how I would use EDC planner system to complement all these other planners. For the house planner and my 2 other planners that I can't really show you guys, and my Notion system, I write down a long list of to-dos. Like on the weeklies, I would write a long list of to-dos. The thing about me is that if I don't write down what I need to do, I will not remember it. You know, some people have like a brain dump spread where they just write down everything that they would like to get done and they would actually refer back to it. I don't. If I store my to-dos on its own location that I don't look at every day, I will not remember that I need to do that. So what I do is, on my house planner, for example, I would write down every single thing that I need to get to. It doesn't matter if it looks like I won't be able to get all of it done that day. Most likely I'm not gonna get all of them done, but that doesn't matter. I still need to see it and write it over every day to remind myself that this is what I need to get done. Then I'm going to have a bunch of things I need to get done, and it'll be hard to tell what's more urgent, right? So I collect all of the priorities that I need to get done that day from house planner, from my 2 other planners and my Notion, and write it on my bullet journal to-do list. By the end of the day, if I was able to get everything done that was in my bullet journal, then I'm satisfied. All the 50 other items that I didn't get to, still written in my house planner, doesn't matter. I'll get to them eventually as their urgency comes up, or if I have a lot of time that day and I would like to get more things done, then I would come back and see what else needs to be done. So every night before I go to bed, I would go through all my planners, and that includes my work planner, and would plan out what I need to do the next day. So picking out priorities, things that I need to get done that day. Then the next day, I would wake up and actually go through all my planners one by one while checking my inboxes for new tasks that might have come up while I was asleep, and do a quick priority check on my bullet journal before I start the day. So while I may have a big planner stack, if I break it down to what section of life I'm using, it's really not that overwhelming. Instead, it actually helps me stay organized and complement each other to help me stay on top of everything. My 3-year diary the usage is slightly different. This really also doesn't mingle with the other planners. I will just refer to them to write my 3-year diary. So right before I go to bed, the last thing I do is writing on my 3-year diary. I will take out my bullet journal and my Hobonichi weekly supplement, because this is where I do my time blocking, and just quickly write down things that happened that I want to remember 3 years later. So this is really more of diary than a journal or a planning system. Now that being said, I might change my current planning system. How I work these planners together always seems to change for me. This is what is working for me for the last quarter of 2023 and so far. So we'll see in the future if I'll continue to use this planning system or if I'll come up with a brand new one. But if I do, I'll be sure to share with you. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!